Which one is that? Instagram is live. What about Facebook? Hello, beautiful people, but I want Facebook to come live. I think Facebook is live now, yes. How are you doing? In case you can see me, you can hear me, let me know that you can see me and let me know where you're joining me from. This is Parenting Essentials. It's coming to you from the Vision Guide. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, I'm Oye Layo, but you can call me Oye for short. And this is Parenting Essential once again. All right, I want to be sure you can see me, you can hear me. Today, I'll be talking about positive growth mindset, how to encourage your children to have a positive growth mindset. But let me know if you can hear me. I would love to know if you can hear me and let me know which of our platform you're watching me from. To the best of my understanding, I am live on my page, Olawuyesta Oyelayo, and our Facebook account also, The Vision Guide. I'm live on Instagram, I'm live on LinkedIn, and I'm live on YouTube. So let me know where you're joining me from, and I'll be glad that you're here with me as we push through in this journey of parenting. All right, who is there? Who is there? Am I audible? Am I clear enough? Can we roll? Let me know if I'm audible and I'm clear enough. And I'll be glad that you are there. I'll be glad that you are there. I'll be glad that you're joining me. All right. Today I'll be talking about positive growth mindset, how to encourage your children to have a positive growth mindset. I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me I'm audible, but I want to believe that I am audible and I'm glad that you are joining me today. All right. Last week, I spoke about temper tantrum. I talked about temper tantrum, and previous weeks I've been talking about the journey, the essential skills that you need to journey through 2024. And last week, briefly, I branched and I spoke about temper tantrum. And today, I'm speaking about how you can encourage your children to have a positive growth mindset. If you're there and you can hear me, you can see me, I want to say hello. Thank you for joining and let me know which of the platform you are joining me from. And I'll be glad that you're here with me. So, to start with, I want you to know that fostering a positive growth mindset in your children is crucial for their development. For you as a parent to encourage your children to have a positive mindset, a growth mindset, a mind of I can do it, I can, I can. When I was talking about the skills, essential skills that you need to journey through 2024, I was saying something about you removing the can't out of your word and change everything, replace it with I can. I can. So everything starts with you. Just as I've always said before, that parenting is about you. It's about you, not about your children. So when you have the word I can, it is easier for you to encourage your children to catch the vision of I can. So it is very crucial for you to have the mindset and to foster it to your children. So building a positive mindset growth in children is essential for their development and resilience. Not giving up. I can do it. I'm not going to give up. Even in the midst of difficulties, I am going to continue. I'm going to push through. And that is our job as parents, to encourage our children, to teach them how to go about it. So if you're there, I can see Bro Lawrence there on Facebook. Thank you for joining me. Matthew Akinbumi, thank you for joining me. And I believe you can hear me audibly. If you're there on Facebook, I'm going to check other platforms shortly. If you're there on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, the Vision Guy Facebook, just say hello and let me know that you are there. Adeshola, Zeon, Oluwaseun, thank you for joining me. I'm not taking you joining me for granted. And if you're just joining today, I'm talking about encouraging a positive growth mindset in your children. And I've talked about why it's important for you as parent to encourage a positive growth mindset. It is very important, and all starts with you. It all begins with you. What you don't have, you cannot give. I say that again. What you don't have, you cannot give. The skills that you lack as a parent, a caregiver, you cannot pass on. So that is why we always say it's not about the children. Deal with yourself first. It's about you first. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I can see your comment, Bro Lawrence. I appreciate you, sir. So it's all about you as parent. It's not about the children. So always remember that everything starts with you. So let me talk about the strategies to foster the growth mindset. What are the strategies that you can use when you want to foster the growth mindset in your children? Number one, praise effort, not just the result. Your job as a parent, caregiver, is to praise their effort. There is difference between effort and result. But many times we often forget that these children, maybe they are learning a particular skill or they are delayed in some milestone development. We often forget that they put on their effort. They're trying, but because we are not checking, we're not seeing things in the view of children. We think, what is it? What is difficult there? Can you just count two and add another two? It is four, four, four. What is wrong with you? You don't want to see how other child is trying to put two counters, add another two, and add it up to one, two, three. Because you didn't get the four, your anger has triggered. I don't want to talk about that today. So we have to focus on the effort, the effort they're putting in achieving the what they're working on. The effort they're putting in must be appreciated, must be praised, rather than you waiting for the final result as parent. That is one of the key that you can use to foster a positive growth mindset. Yes, what you don't have, you cannot give. Absolutely, Matthew Akimbumi, thank you for that. What you don't have, you cannot give. But many times as parents, we really want to pass across what we don't know. The vision that is not clear to us, we don't even know what we're doing. We're just ranting and shouting on those children. We want to raise a robotic children. We just want them to follow obedient children. In quotes, I'm coming for that later. The word obedient children is not today. If you are seeing the category of I want to raise obedient children, you better join the visionary hack. Join the visionary hack as fast as possible. All right, let's continue. So you focus on the effort, not just the result. You have to encourage your children to focus on their effort and strategies rather than just the outcome, not just what you want to see. They want to build blocks, but they have done something small. But at least you see that they are putting effort to build the puzzles. But because it's not completed, you are very upset. Encourage their effort. Encourage their effort. Don't just wait for the outcome. So you have to acknowledge their hard work, their perseverance, their willingness to learn. Some of these children we are blessed with so many of them. And when we talk about their uniqueness, you have to understand that you have to know each child, even if you have 100 children. When we talk about uniqueness of each child, we cannot overemphasize this. If you are a mother and you have been a mother for the last 20 years, it doesn't matter. When you have a child in this 2024, in this our evolving global generation, you have to understand the uniqueness of that child. Every child is unique in their own ways. So understanding the unique child is your duty as parent. There is no tailored approach. There is no one size fits all. I trained your brothers like that. I've said that many times. I trained your sisters like it doesn't work out like that in parenting. So you have to be intentional in doing this job right by first understanding the uniqueness of this child. One of the ways is for you to understand your child's learning style, and that is going to be another class entirely. So I just continue to acknowledge their hard work, the perseverance, they're trying, the willingness to learn. It's not like they don't want to learn, they're trying. In quotes, we have some that you guys call slow learners, right? The fact that you call them slow learners or they attack slow learners or they have been diagnosed to be slow learners does not mean they are not teachable. I say it countless times, and I'm going to say it again, that every child is teachable. Be it neurotypical or neurodivergent, every child is teachable. And you have to know as parent that you are your children's first teacher. You are your children's first therapist. So being calm and having your impulse control, having everything in order, emotional intelligence is needed for you to understand the unique child. That is why we said a parenting is a skill that you have to learn. My parent, oh Lord, we taught me all these coaches. What are they saying? We have to come and learn. You have to come and learn. It's a skill. And bear in mind, this is 2024. All right. Another ways that you can encourage, one of the strategies that you can use also is encouraging effort. It's part of what I've said before. Just encourage their effort. Don't just wait the final result. Don't wait for the end result. Encourage the effort. Emphasize on the importance of effort and perseverance. Let them know, oh, I can see that you're trying. You're giving your best. Keep trying. Say positive words to them, and it's going to praise them where necessary. I'm not talking about over praising your children. I'm not talking about overpraising your children. I've done a video on that before. I think about 3 years ago. That the danger of overpraising children. So be sensitive. I'm not talking about parents who are indulgent or who are overpraising their children. However, acknowledge the effort. Don't be the parent of my dad will not take nonsense. Your dad that trained you in 1970. My mom will have slapped me. I wish I could slap you now. Continue. You lack skill. You are not emotionally intelligent. If you are still on this route, if you are still doing this, you are still on this point, on this page, get the skills that you required. Get the skill to help your children. First, help yourself. All right. A child is struggling to fix puzzle. I've said that before. Blocks. Please acknowledge it. Say something nice to them. Let them know that their effort is seen, not just that you're waiting for the end result. So you have to let them learn from their mistakes. Allow your children to learn from their mistakes. You have to normalize making mistake as part of learning process. We are in the times that everybody want their children to come with A plus. All right, uncle, the A. I'm not still listening to me. You have to really be sensitive and pay attention so that you don't get me misunderstood. Education is good. Studying is good. I love reading a lot. I love academics. But most of the things that we have learned in school, how many of it are practicable to your day-to-day life? You don't want to see that even if your child should come with 90 over 100, you have problem with it. Just because you graduated with the first class and you never scored 90 over 100 before, and you don't see any reason why your child in your pride, let me use your voice, my child cannot come with 90 over 100. I scored a parallel. Hello, can you go drink cold water like I always say? Can you just cool down? Can you just relax? I don't know where that theory came in to be that mistakes or failure is not part of life. Your child has gone to a party. They are having a game, and because your child did not win the maybe musical chair, musical statue, is a problem in the house. Your child is going to cry and cry and cry because it's been made believe that I have to win. Bear in mind, I'm not telling you to raise a failure, but failure is part of life. Mistake is part of life. Use it as a learning curve. Use that mistake and failures to be a tool. Please come to the hack because we have these 28 days with different tools per day. We have tools that we're going to be dealing with per day. You are going through a lot, but you don't know yourself because somebody also taught you that you have to pass. You just want to read and pass. You just want to get that. Even after that, what have you done? What have you done with it? I don't want to sound discouraging to the bookworms today. I don't want to sound discouraging. I don't want to discourage you. It's good, well done. But you have to know beyond that. We want to raise these children in another way. We want to raise skillful children. Beyond the IQ that we all look at, there are other questions that we have to look into. But many parents in their journey of parenting, they just look at the IQ and other questions are suffering. All right, learning from mistakes. It's a way of life. As a parent, a caregiver, an adult, don't you make mistakes? Can you just sit down and reflect over your life and leave those children alone? So that when you realize that you have learned through mistake over the time, you'll be able to know how to pass the message across to your children. That is why parenting is about you, not about your children. Deal with it. You might be traumatized. It might be a trauma. And that is why I advise everyone who is watching and will be watching later to ensure that they get into the visionary hack. It is very important. All right, another way that you can encourage the positive growth mindset in your children is to teach the power of yet. Y-E-T, yet. Wait, what do you mean? How do we teach the power of yet? You have to let them know that the fact that they cannot do something now does not mean they cannot do it. But for a parent who does not understand that mistake is part of life, it will be very impossible for you to teach through the power of yet because you want perfection. Hey, you look at yourself in the mirror as parent, you're like, can't you see me? Go and check my record in school. Can you keep that to yourself and leave these children alone? I think I'm coming for the parent today. Am I coming for you? Am I coming for you? So you have to teach the power of yet. So you have to help your children to understand that they may not have mastered a skill yet, but with their effort and practices, they will achieve it. They will. One day, one of the days, sometimes I think sometimes ago, I was going to do something. I was busy, and my daughter said to me that I was going to cook something, and obviously she's not what she can cook. And she said, "Oh, I wish I can cook that. I will have helped you. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to do that." And I said to her, "You don't know how to do that yet, but when I practice that with you, and you try to do it, and you learn over the time, you will get it." That was a message. I use that word to be a learning tool. I use that word to be a learning tool. So that's the power of yet. The fact that the child is not doing what you want now does not mean the child is not going to do it. Tell them yet. They can't do that yet, but they will learn it. Check the first time you resume this new job that you're doing. Check the first time you start the business that you're doing now. How was it? How was it? But you believe that you are going to achieve it. You use the power of yet on yourself, but you don't see any reason why to appreciate or to encourage the power of yet in your children. So as a parent, we have to be intentional to help our children, to encourage the phrase like, you can do it. You cannot do it now, but you cannot do it yet, but you do it later when you put a lot of effort inside. You teach, then another lesson that's coming that when you put effort, when you practice, the child is going to get it. The child is going to get it. So you have to model positive attitude towards challenges. We have challenges. As adults, we have challenges, we have issues of life. But we have to deal with ourselves by modeling positive attitudes when we go through issues of life, challenges maybe in our career, our business, in our health, because the children are watching. Our mindset first. I'm a believer of the gospel, and I believe the book that I read. For example, if I'm sick and I tell my children that I'm strong, over the time they know what that means. They know I'm putting my faith in action. It's not a lie. They know that I'm putting my power of positive mindset in place. So also in our day-to-day lives, we have to believe. This is not a class of faith, but we have to model the positive attitude towards challenges. It's not the end of the world. Your child has failed. All you can do is to run helter skelter and looking for teacher to bribe to just take them out to the next level to do this. If you continue like that, you are not building nothing. You are pushing forward the issues, problems. Because you see that failure is a problem. What will people say? How we do this? No, this is a shame. It's all about you. It's all about self-ego. Then you run around to look for a teacher to give money to for your children because whose shame? Let them grow. Was it not last week I was saying something, maybe in one of my reels, I said, let them face their shame. It's nothing because it's not a problem. So let's foster positive attitude towards any challenge that might be coming our way. You want to try new recipe as an adult. Is it every time you've tried new recipe that comes out nice? I love to try recipe a lot. I just picture something that I want, I'll just make it. I like to create my own menu. But is it every time I've done that I've achieved results? No. Sometimes I've done it and it's a fail. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I will try that same recipe again, then look at what to remove or what to add. Same way we're supposed to teach our children to model positive attitude towards challenges. But you don't see that as challenge. It's your money, you bought it and you just trashed the food. But you don't see that as a problem. Nobody's shouting at you that you wasted money because you feel you're an adult. But if a child should do something like that, it's the end of the world for that child. The child will feel like let the floor just open and I want to enter because I know that this mother today, hey, a battleground. Please, this is I'll say that again. 2024. We are in another time. Please, if you lack skill, get it. And let me tell you this: in case you think you have all the skills, nobody is a master of all. That is why we say parenting is a journey. This is nobody's graduating. Nobody's graduating because as the children are growing, they are going to different phase, different stage. Another milestone is going to happen. Another challenges that come with that age group. So you have to keep growing. So if you have a toddler now, you think you know all. Hello. You have a teenager and you think you have arrived. Hello. Even you have adult children, you still have to be on the learning stage. It's a journey. Don't graduate. Don't stop. Don't park the car. Keep moving. Keep moving. So you have to encourage curiosity and exploration. But for some of you, you don't know why your infant or your toddler rather is going around the house and opening drawer. Or you go, don't scatter the house. Don't do this. Hey, take cold water. Encourage curiosity. And because we have many lazy parents out here, in this our time, we have too many lazy parents. You are selfish, but you're not aware. Why is this going to be like this? Why is it like the child just want to explore? The child is just curious. Why is this toy like this? You're already shouting. Don't break it, don't break it, don't break it. Hello. Are you there? Hey. So you have to encourage curiosity and exploration. It is a must. You have to foster a love for learning. Encourage your children. Get into the space with them. Look into those toys together. Sit on the floor. I always tell you, what is it with you? Sit down with them. Come to their level. See things in the view of a child. Connect with your children with love. So you have to encourage learning. You have to allow them to explore new interests. You see, your child is just interested in something different entirely. But because you feel if they touch it, I see people saying, I am not giving my children toys because I don't have time to wash it. Hello, what's your job? Put those toys in the basin for these children. They will do the washing if that is your problem. I cannot bring that out now. It's going to be too much of work for me. You are a lazy parent, oh, and you're selfish. Let me tell you the truth for free. I'm telling you the truth for free. All right. So encourage curiosity and exploration. Allow them to ask questions. But some of you, some of the questions your children are asking, not because you don't know the answer, but you're too overwhelmed, you're too busy. Why are you asking this? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. I'll talk to you later. I'm busy now. Then the child will know, okay, they'll just go back to their shell. And the effect is very terrible. A lot of things that we're doing to our children today, we don't know the effect. We don't know how terrible the negative effect can be. So don't be on that page. You have to let them seek out for new ideas. Let them look out for new experiences. Allow them to celebrate their curiosity when they make something small. But because it doesn't make sense to you, you don't see what is this. A child has created something with paper and they say, Mommy, see, I made this block. But because it doesn't make sense to you, what is this? Just throw it away. What is this? It's a big deal for that child. And that is the learning curve. Don't destroy your children unknowingly. I know you're also a victim. That's why you're doing this. And that is why we said parenting is a skill that you have to learn. You want to just be on the page of the way your parent brought you up in 1965. Don't continue. I was going to say continue. But I realized because of the love I have for these children, don't continue. Stop it. Stop it. So foster a sense of curiosity and love for learning. Encourage your children to ask questions, explore new ideas, and seek out knowledge independently. Some of us are overdoing this. Some of us are not doing it at all. Some of us, when our children start to explore something, we don't let them do it independently. We just get into the space because the coach said we should get into the space. That is why we have to know how far is too far, how close is too close. You end up building that thing for them because they said we should get into the space. That is not what we're talking about. You have to encourage independence. Let them try. Another thing that you have to do to encourage positive growth mindset is to provide constructive feedback for your children. Come here, all of you. A child is genuinely asking after so much effort, Mommy, how is this? I'm not saying overpraise them. But say, can't you see? Are you blind? Can't you see that this doesn't make sense? Is this a coloring page? Why did you color and everything is outside the line? You just bring it, you just take your hand and just break the child's head. But you are not aware what you have done. You just kick the child head like that. And you're going to traumatize the child, and the child is going to be there for a long time. Give a very constructive feedback for them. I am not saying say well done, fantastic when it's not well done, but there are ways to place this word, and that is why learning is involved. There are ways to pass our message across appropriately without destroying our growing glory. I said sometimes, maybe you have seen that before. I said there is a reason why I call those children growing glory. It's not my word. That's what God said to me, that these children are growing glory. So, what are you doing with your own glory? Destroying them, building them, or over pampering them, over indulging, over praising, or absent? What are you doing? It's your job to answer the question. I can't do the answering for you. I always say this: if in doubt, ask. In this parenting journey, never use your children as experiment. If you are in doubt, ask. Let me ask you a sincere question as a parent or caregiver. How many parenting books have you read in your life? Because I wanted to say this year. I said, oh, yeah, just relax. Don't say this year. Let's ask for the entire life. How many parenting books have you read this year? How many webinars, seminars, workshops have you gone to on your parenting? How many? Let me know. I want to see response. Let me know. Answer if you have done anything like that. Let me know. Let me know. Say I have read 10. I have read 5. Let me see numbers. Put it in the comment section. I'm on Facebook on my account. I can go to other platforms to see what they are saying there. Let me know. Nobody's saying anything. How many have you read? So you have to provide. I'm on the point of providing a constructive feedback. So yeah, you have to offer a special and constructive feedback that focuses on areas for improvement rather than criticism. What we do most of the time is to criticize our children. We criticize them a lot. So help your children to see feedback as a tool. See, I'm giving you all this for free. Feedback is a tool. It is not for you to destroy them. Your feedback is supposed to build them. Your feedback is for them to see reasons why they have to work more. Your feedback is a reason why they have to see that reasons why they have to work more. Not like, oh, mommy is going to talk and I know my own is finished. Kalas. So you have to know that. For example, a child who is working on emotional regulation. Very good. Matthew Akibumi said, at least I have read at least 50 books on godly parenting by God's grace. Wow, fantastic. I give it up to you. Well done. Well done. That's good. Sister Umi, somebody is guilty there. Somebody is guilty. See, it's okay to feel like that, but the most important thing is for you, the most important thing for us to get up where we are and start moving. There is no time that is too late for us to start this journey, especially I don't want to talk. Especially when you don't have already teenagers or adults. Your running is not going to be too much. You can still run now. Never think you know. Please explore, read. It's very important. But don't just read jargons. I have seen parenting books that I'm reading that are just going to close that this is the destruction. Not so there are books there that if you go through it and you just read it, it's going to be it's going to destroy you. So be selective in reading. You can get recommendations. People who are reading what they have read, what can help you. And it's going to help you a lot. So I was going to cite an example before I saw the comment. Thank you so much, everyone, for your contribution. So, for example, a child who is working on emotional regulation due to temper tantrum. Last week I dealt with temper tantrum. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Last week I dealt with temper tantrum. So a child who is like, okay, I know I get upset. I know when I'm having a meltdown is battle. A child who is on the journey and working on that emotional regulation. You can see that the child is trying. You can see. So what you can do is to say, okay, I noticed that you tried hard. Maybe something that happened. The child couldn't control the emotion. Because when you're learning a skill, it takes time. I'll say that again. When you are teaching your children a skill, but because you're not aware that this skill will take time, you just want them to get it. I told you yesterday. I showed you yesterday. Why is he doing that today? Because you are the one who lacks skill. Leave the child there with yourself. You have to know that learning a new skill takes time. So a child who is really trying to learn emotional regulation, but the child tried hard, but at the end of the day, it happened. There was a meltdown. It's not for you to say, but you said you will not do this again. But every time is you are a problem. No, let acknowledge their efforts. I can see you tried hard to put your emotion in check, but it didn't really go well. But no worries. You're getting there. I'm here with you. I can hold your hands. You're gonna get there soon. But when a child is having that, we just did that last week. A child is having a meltdown, a very temper tantrum, and you are thinking because the child said, I will not do it again. And you're seeing the child doing it, and you're shouting, well, you said you'll not do it again. You said you'll not do it again. Can you leave the child and help yourself? You are the one having tantrum. The child is okay. The child is okay. I said something like I said, you are the parent, let the child be the child. There's nothing wrong with your child. Help yourself. So just let the child know that keep trying. Keep trying. You're going to get there. Nothing wrong with you. Another thing that you can do is to set a realistic goal. Set realistic goals. Let me put it like that. Many of us as parent caregivers, we have unrealistic expectations. And these are part of the things I did towards the end of last year. I did unrealistic expectation last week, end of last year. So you have to ensure that you help your children to have realistic goals. It must be realistic. Maybe a child who has been eating a lot of candies, a child who has been eating a lot of candies, maybe 10 candy in a day and things like that. But you want to stop the child. Bear in mind, you are the one that's been giving that child 10 candies in a day. You are the one. But now you want the child to just stop eating candies. And one day you just said that today, henceforth, no more candies. I know you are eating 10 candies in a day, but henceforth, you are not allowed to eat candies. That is an unrealistic expectation. You have to do it gradually. Don't forget, that I said it earlier that skills take time to learn. You start reducing the intake. You can tell, okay, you can in a very nice way with games. Okay, today you're going to be 2 candies because of our health. Let the child know why you are reducing the candies. That's why I said your why must be cleared, and the child must be aware why your why is important. Today we are just going to eat 2 candies, and that is it. We are going to go ahead because of our health, because of our, have the games with the denture and show them what they need to learn. And that is a realistic expectation. A child who wants to paint a beautiful canvas, that child loves painting but doesn't know how to paint yet. I'm talking about expectation on child now. The child is expected, like, I'm the child and I want to paint beautifully. I really want to paint beautifully, but I know I don't know it yet. You have to encourage the child to start with coloring in. Encourage the child to color in. Get drawing books. Let the child see the improvement. A child can have unrealistic expectation on themselves, and if they don't know how to manage that, they get frustrated. Also, parents can have unrealistic expectation on their children. Unrealistic expectation on their children also. So we have to ensure that this balance up. You have to promote a positive self-image to your children. If you do this, you're going to be encouraging them to have the growth mindset. Promote positive self-image. Encourage your children to recognize their strength, their talent. Encourage them to know what they love. Encourage them to explore what they love, while acknowledging where they can grow. I'm not saying because your child likes to draw now, only drawing. No, but encourage it. Let them see as strength, and let them see areas that I can improve in this point. I love to draw, but I can still do other things. I can still try to sing. You can encourage the child. You can encourage the child. It is very important. Help them to develop the sense of self-worth. I know who I am. Let them discover this importance of self-worth. It is very, very important. Encourage perseverance. But even you as parents, when you start something, they can see you. You cannot persevere. You are tired because you feel you are too busy. You are very tired. You are too busy in your own world. You are too busy. You are very, very tired. So they're seeing all these things from you. You are not letting them see the importance, why they have to persevere. They don't know. If mommy is doing something, she's tired, she'll leave it. And she will never come back to it. So why do I need to persevere? Why am I saying mommy? What about daddies? When daddies are busy, they don't see any reason why they have to persevere. There is no need. There is no need. All right. I'm talking about encourage perseverance. So you have to, this is a very wide point, and I think I should give few examples on this. I'm going to ask a question now. Please tell me, what would you do if your child wants to quit? We're talking about encouraging perseverance as a caregiver, a parent. What would you do if a child comes to you and say, I don't want to do sport again. I don't want to play football again. I don't want to draw again. I don't want to do this again. I really need answers on this one. What would you do? What would you do if your child wants to quit? As a parent, what would you do? What will be your response? Don't forget, we want to encourage perseverance. What are the steps for you to take when a child comes to you and say, I want to quit? It can be a sport, it can be an activity, it can be dancing. But on a normal day, you know that this is an activity that your child enjoys. Your child likes this particular activity, but you don't know what actually went wrong. You just say, I don't want to do again. Your child that always look forward to the academy day and just come to you, I don't want to go to academy again. I don't want to play football again. I don't want to play with my friends again. Your child that always look forward to ballet classes, dancing classes, music class, and I don't want to go to music class again. Painting class, I don't want to go again. What would you do? For so to so many parents, do you know that this is a good news for them? Academy institute are very expensive anyways. Thank God. Sit at home. Are you that kind of parent? Is that what you would have said? Because you're actually trying. It's not like the money is somewhere, but you are in the name of you want to give your best to your children. You try hard to pay for them for academies or institute. Is that statement going to be a good news for you? Yes? Is it going to be a good news for you? All right. Is it going to be a good news for you? Or for some parent, is a time for tug of war. It's a time for tug of war. No, you will not quit. You will go. I will go. I want you to evaluate yourself at this moment. What class do you belong? What class do you belong? The one that sees it as a good news, or the one that is going to take it as a tug of war? Don't tell me that. Go back to academy. I will not go. I will go. I will not go. I will go. Which one? Do you think any of it is reasonable? Yes. What is the solution? What is the solution? What do you have to do as parent? I really wish I come to your house to hear you talk about this before I explain. Because I've seen cases like this before. And because as parents, we feel like, oh, we are doing a lot, we are spending too much. We are spending too much. It's okay. Let the child just stay at home. Let the child stay at home. It's fine. It's fine. At least I will not be able to, I don't have budget for that and I will not be able to spend that again. That is out of the budget. Don't be like that. Don't be that parent. It is very important for you as a parent to actually know why. Bear in mind that this child always looked forward to this particular activity before. What could have gone wrong? What could have gone wrong? So that is what should come to your mind first. Your first thing to do is not to start judging the child or to be in the battlefield with the child with a tug of war or to just be happy like, oh, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to save my money. Those should not be your first priority. That should not even cross your mind, you know? And some of you, we have to go to the extent of ascertaining your parenthood to your children. I am your mother. You dare not go there. You have to go back. I am your father. You dare not tell me that. You have to go back. I've said it countless times. If dealing with your children, you want them to learn something or to listen to what reasonable instruction you're giving, you have to reascertain your parenthood. You need help. If in your statement you have to keep telling your children, I am your father, I am your mother, run for help. Run for the help you need soonest. Because you have turned yourself to principality and power. I call you principality and power. So those are not the things that you need to do at that time. That's not what you need to do. This is time for you to pour out your wisdom from the well of your parental skills. It is time to respond to your children with wisdom, not just giving information. It is time to stay closely knitted to the child and find out, try to understand why. Why, especially when it's not a reoccurrence. Your child has never said that before. So you have to try to understand the event that occurred that triggered the notion. Why will my child say this today? But I will tell you for free that many times when your child comes home with this, it's because they had a bad day. So when you tell them it's okay, just stay at home, you have already encouraged them that to quit. Like a common saying, quitters never win. But if you don't understand, you're just going to encourage your children you're going to reinforce something negative to your children. So that is why you have to understand. So after you have realized what the trigger is, that maybe it was due to a bad day. Some of them will tell you, I didn't score today. Maybe some of them that love to play football. Mommy, I didn't score a goal today. I didn't score anything today. Some of them will tell you, my coach said my handstand is not good. Today, my handstand was not correct. Some of them can even tell you, after I spent hours on my painting, the paint spilled and they got frustrated. They said, I don't want to go again. They felt so bad and they don't want to experience that pain again. So in the process of not experiencing in the process of thinking, okay, I don't want to experience that pain again, let me just run away. Let me quit. That is not a solution. So this is time for us to teach our children. This is how for us to teach our children how to survive, how to learn the skill to deal with this kind of situation. First thing is for you to remember that we all have bad days sometimes. So this is time for you to come close to your children with your personal practical experiences. It can be at work. It can be in your business. I'm sure something has happened before that you felt like, I want to quit now. Maybe your boss has said something to you before because you didn't get the desired result and you felt, I really don't want to come here tomorrow. But you did anyways. You scaled through. That is when to come out with this story. Don't cook up story. Let them feel that we are on the same page. We are all humans. But most of the time, we want to paint this thing to the children that we are perfect. We are not like that. No. But when we let them realize even mommy and daddy can have a bad day, but we don't give up, we push through. It's going to help them to learn how to manage situations like this. It's going to help them to learn how to manage situations like that. So when we feel hard or we feel bad, our brain and body, it is normal for our brain and body that we want comfort. Human being, our brain doesn't want stress, Our body doesn't want stress. When we experience something that is stressful, like a bad day, our brain just want to quit, want comfort. You let them know that's how I feel. The other time I submitted a project and they told me it's not acceptable. After spending like 1 month on the project, I felt so bad. I had to start again because I need the result. If I quit, it's going to affect my company, it's going to affect me, and I will not get results. So those are the words that you should be telling your children at that moment. So you can go on a deal with them. There is the deal. You're not going to quit today, but you go back. Anytime you have a good day, anytime you have a great day, and you still feel like quitting, come back and let's have a discussion. You pass across the message, and you're not disregarding the child's feelings or statements. You don't want the child to feel like I wasn't heard. You want the child to know that I heard you and I understand how you feel and I'm here together with you. So you don't just say you cannot quit because quitters cannot, this and that, it's a bad day. No. You validate their emotion by letting them know that you go back to that place anytime you enjoy the day and you have a great day and you feel sincerely that you want to quit. Come back and let's talk. That's a good deal to strike with a child. And that makes the child feel like, oh, I felt held. And that child is going to understand something. Okay, we're on the same page. So if truly your child comes back after a nice day to say, I want to quit, then that's another level of thing that you might need to look into. But that's not my point today. So you can quit. It's not a problem. You can quit, but not today. Anytime you have a good day, you have a great day, come back and let's talk if you still want to quit. So this approach is going to normalize the encounter of challenges. It's going to make everything normal. The challenges it becomes normal because of the experience that you have shared. When you use this approach, it's going to help your child a lot. So it's going to also help them to view challenges as an opportunity for growth. Because when you fail at work, when you didn't submit the project, you didn't give up. You did better. And at the end of the day, you got the project because you were not so sad. You went back and worked on the project. So this is going to push them forward to have a positive growth mindset. You're going to teach them that challenges are not the end of the world. It's an avenue for us to grow, avenue for us to learn. All right, if there's any question, I have a question here. He said, at what age can a child have PTSD as a result of poor parenting? All right. I'm coming back there. At what age? All right. When you incorporate all these things, it's going to help your children. I think I'm done for now. Please, I'll just answer this question. If there's any other question, please drop it. You can help me check Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn if there's any question from there so that I can quickly go through the questions. So by the time you incorporate all these strategies in daily interventions, daily routine, interactions and activities, you're going to help your child to develop the positive growth mindset. Failure is not the end of the world. Failure is a tool to grow. We can have a bad day, but that does not mean I'll quit because I might regret quitting later. Share an experience where you have regretted quitting something. There must be something that has happened to you before and you really regretted. Why did I quit? I would have stayed longer. Let them know. Be on the same page with your child. So, post-traumatic stress disorder is what we are talking about. I've already always said that stress is part of life, and in case you don't understand that, let me just say this quickly. And when we're talking about stress, we're talking about overwhelming stress. If our body is not stressed, we're not going to be able to function properly. But here we're talking about overwhelming stress. So when we're talking about a child, there is no age to having a therapy when we talk about trauma, stress. For you to be able to identify this in the child, that must be the child is already attaining a certain stage or something. It is not so easy for you to identify this in a toddler because you would think the child is just having a temper tantrum. You might not be able to identify this easily until maybe school age, teenager. So, but I'm just going to keep it open. I'm not going to tell you the particular age. Anything that you have notice that it's not going wrong, it's not going well in the life of a child, that is what we call early intervention. When a child has seen that, I believe it's not going to be a parent that will see that. It will be somebody, because we're talking about in parenting, in poor parenting. If a parent has seen that my child has PTSD because of poor parenting, that means they amended their ways. Their parenting is not poor again. That means somebody else has seen it. See, this is very complicated that we cannot just dabble into. Definitely, it's not the parent that noticed that. So if somebody has seen it, maybe it's family member or friend, you cannot even say it or take the child. But let's see the parent have realized that, oh, we had poor parenting in the past, and this is the effect of this have brought the post traumatic stress disorder in our child. When can they start? Never wait. Start now. So when we talk about growth of a child, every day counts in a child. It's like building house. When you put a block, two blocks, and you want to renovate, it's better to break that block down before they get to maybe the window level or the roofing level. It's easier than when you build the house and you now realize that there is a problem underneath. What is going to happen? You break down all the building. So never wait when you notice there's something that is not going right in the life of a child, especially your child. Never wait. Use the approach of early intervention. Tomorrow might be too late. Like I would suggest, if the child is still very young, under the age of 12 years, the child also you can highlight that and work on that. Even play therapy will help. I've had so many people come to sessions because of this. So it is going to help them to let out their negative and positive emotions, because that is going to use the EPR model, the embodiment, the projective, and the role play. So there are other therapy that a child might need. That depends on the level and the age. But never be in a hurry to be the one to diagnose a child. Yes, we live in a world that everybody is a therapist. When you see somebody's child in your head, that child is autistic. Some people don't even know the word autistic. They don't even know what is autism. But when they see a child that is playing like a normal child, come on, a child that is normal, active, and playing, they become a therapist. Your child, ADHD, autism, you don't even know these things. So ensure you are not just self diagnosing that child, or let the child go for evaluation, and they will tell you during the evaluation, after the evaluation, rather, they will suggest the right therapy and what is the child going to do. But never wait. No age. When you notice it, get to work. And that is going to eradicate such parent or caregiver not to be a selfish parent. Do I have another question? I believe I've been able to answer that question. Did I answer your question, Sir Matthew Akin Bumi? Did I answer your question? No age. When you notice it, deal with it. Never wait. They are growing glory. We don't want to package rotten things in our goods. Our children are our package. What is in our package? What are you packaging? You already see there's a war. You already see that there's a trauma. What are you waiting for? When the child is 12, I'll go, hey, run now. Run now. Don't wait. Even if a child is a toddler, because the play therapy room is open from the age of 3. It's most effective from the age of 3 to 12 years. It also can work for adults. Why am I talking about play therapy? Because this is what I know. This is my job. There are also other therapy, but during the evaluation, the child is going to be advised on what exactly the therapy might be. It might not be what you think. So make sure that you're not just doing self-diagnosis. And do you have any other question? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any other question? Let me just go to other platform to see if I have question. The Vision Guide also is live. In case you don't know, you can watch us from anywhere. Okay, you can watch us from anywhere now. We are live on 2 platforms on Facebook. That is my personal page, Olawuyesta Ilayo. At the moment, as I'm talking to you, we are live on the Vision Guide Facebook page. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram, the Vision Guide, and we are live on the LinkedIn, Olawi Oyelayo. All right, so I want to say thank you for joining me today, and I believe you have gained something. See, everything I've said, they are so basic. But if you feel, I don't want you to feel like, okay, I don't have problem, I don't need to enter the hack. The hack is not for those who have problem. The hack is for those who are intentional. See, I'm laughing because we are in a time that I feel like going to houses to people that I know and say, just come, because some things are, we cannot say it here. It's wrong. It's what you need to hear. You need healing. You need to hear this. I love you so much. And that is why I'm saying this. It's not for anything. Trust me. The token attached to this program is for you to have a sense of commitment. It's for you to know that I am not joking. I am not joking. Please register. Register. There is a number that's been shared, and I'm going to share it again. Please, just the admin is going to attend to you. Get the link and register. The arc is still wide open. By this time next week, after the parenting essential, the arc is going to shut. Okay, yeah, very good. The number is rolling. I don't know where you're watching me from. Thank you. I feel good about that. Yes, you can see the information is going on the screen. Parent-child connection program starts on the 24th of February. And you know the good thing about that day? It's my birthday. So I'm ready to give a very big birthday treat to all the parents that are going to be in the hack. It's going to be a table shaker. But trust me, you will go home and look at your life and check again. Please get into the hack. We're talking about the visionary hack. Visionary hack. Be intentional to get into this hack. The number is there. Please message that number and get the link to register. It's 28 days of our life. And this is actually level one. If you don't join level one, you'll not be able to join level two. But level one is still going to happen again. But don't wait for it to happen again. Start now. Start now. Get that number and message. Get the link today from the admin. I really feel like, why are you saying this? They will think it's all about you, it's about something else. No. But I want everybody who is intentional to be your eyes need to be wide open when you talk about parenting. You think you know, right? Get into the hack. The visionary hack is waiting for you. Get into the hack. And it's going to be an awesome time. I'm going to be coming back next week. Also, by the grace of God, 6 o'clock GMT plus 3 and 4 p.m. Watt, and I think 3 p.m. UK time. And just check your time zone and we'll be able to get together again. And Saturday next week is going to be the induction. Once we do the induction, nobody can come in because you cannot miss any part. Once you miss the induction and maybe hear news that this is what happened, you cannot come into that arc again. It's not possible. Nobody miss the induction and come back. You have to wait, but I don't want you to wait. Let's do this together. All right, I want to say thank you to everybody for joining me today. Shout out to Mr. Matthew Akimbumi Ayonda for joining me today. I don't know where you're joining from, but I'm glad you're here. Madam Glory is there on Facebook. Mrs. Pascal, thank you for joining. Sister Wumi, thank you for joining. Sister Wumi, I hope to see you in the hack. Please get into the hack. I really want to see you in the hack. All right. I want to say thank you, everybody. And those who are there that are not saying anything, can you just say hi to me? If you love me, if you love God in my life, say hi. I know you're there. I can see the number. But please just say hi. Okay, thank you for joining from the USA. Thank you for joining me. I'm happy you're here. And I'm glad you are able to contribute to our live session today. And your being here is not taken for granted. I appreciate you, sir. God bless you. All right, if you're there, if you don't mind, just say hello here or hi or hello or raise your hands and let me see you are there. Wifey is there. Esther, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Omotola, Rachel, thank you for joining. Esther, thank you for joining. Sister Wumi. I love you too, sis. I love you too. I love you. I love you. Who else is there? My beauty is there. My king is there. Kaviesio, I hail. Thank you for all you do, my darling husband. God bless you. I can see you saying hello to me. I'm blushing. Get into the hack and let's see something that we need to see. All right. I want to say thank you, everybody. I wish I know who are those on the Instagram. Can I have those on Instagram so that I can say hello to them? Hi, Instagram people on YouTube. If you are there, on LinkedIn, I want to say hi. In case you're just seeing this video, this is called the Parenting Essential, and it's coming to you from the Vision Guide. So you can follow us on any of our social media handle. You get all the information, what is happening. And I'm just quickly going to say about the teenager. You can do well and register your teenager. Let me leave that so that you don't get it mixed up. Let's focus on the act for now. And then, Madam Lolo, I cite you there. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me. As we go today, go with this word that I love so much. That parenting must be intentional. Yes. And I said sometimes 2 weeks ago, I said your intentionality must be intentional. Your intentionality must be intentionally. intentional. When you ask why, when you know your why, then you have to know why is your why. Why is my why? Why am I doing this? The journey is far. The journey is far. Let's hold hands together as we move on this journey of intentional parenting, visionary parenting. And I say thank you, everybody, for joining me today. And if you may see my face for the very first time, this little girl here is Oyelayo. Just call me Coach Oye, and that will do for now. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'll see you next week on another wonderful episode. I love you. I love you. I love you with the love of God. Bye for now. See you and stay blessed. Mwah. God bless you.